Hey,
You know what? I believe we're live. Yeah.
Good morning,
Howdy,
everyone.
howdy, howdy. Please smash that like, share this out.
Oh,
Man. Yeah, how was everybody's day? Mine was so and so and cold. I was freezing outside. It was like 20 something degrees when I came out of my house, it was like 17 degrees. And now it's 17 degrees.
Jen, right? Yeah.
golly.
Yeah, it's
Glad it's you and
crazy.
not me.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had. Hey, AD, what's going on, my brother? I mean, I
Hey,
wish I had your weather though.
80. Well, it's 43 now and clear for now.
And clear.
well,
Yeah,
that's not good when it's clear,
yeah.
especially when it's at night. Better when it's cloudy. It'll stay warmer, like a blanket over you, like they always say.
Really?
Maybe.
Why?
Yeah, when it's
I
clear,
thought.
all the heat just from the ground and everything just escapes into the air. So
Mm,
if you have the clouds over you, the heat can't escape past the cloud deck.
I didn't know that. Like a roof is just covering us. Wow.
Oh,
The
That's
weather
why
here
it's
is
when you
Arkansas
wake up
at
when in the
20.
middle of winter here in the Chicago
AD.
area, and it's a bright sunny day. It looks beautiful outside. You're like, oh man, it looks nice outside. You step out there, and you're like, holy.
Yeah. I
But yeah,
always.
when it's when it's overcast, looks like it's gonna snow. It's nice and warm.
Yeah, I always welcome the sun. I don't care. Hey,
well,
Melissa.
I wouldn't know about snow. Hey, Melissa. I
Or
haven't
rain,
seen.
when the
Hi,
snow or rain when the
Melissa.
cloud deck's kind of low, when it's when it's about to let loose.
You guys had a virus, right? How's Patrick doing?
Oh, stomach viruses, I hate those.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're the worst. The last time I had a stomach virus, I was in the bathroom
oh,
for a few hours.
Usually that's a lot of people end up or really really close by.
Yeah.
hey, Jenny.
Jen.
Yeah, Jen. It's even 45 here. Well, 43 now.
Toasty
Ooh,
and 60
60.
here. Bring some of that weather this way.
Hey, Miss
Yeah,
Debbie.
it'd be nice.
Hi, Genesis.
Yes. So we're gonna talk about the black-eyed children. Not, I didn't give no children any black eyes, but I'm talking about the
Mm,
paranormal. Face to Ace,
mm.
how you doing?
Hi, Melly.
Hey,
Malik,
Hey,
Jace. What's
Stace.
Hi,
up?
everyone.
how you doing?
Malik.
Hi.
Hey,
Hey.
Now,
Malik.
now these black-eyed children. I mean, where do they come from? What they supposed to be?
Are they like, are they because see, like before you went live, I kind of looked it up a little bit, and I did some, some quick proofreading through a couple paragraphs, and it was just like kids, but it didn't say what exactly it was. Like
Right.
they didn't say whether it was like a demonic force or whether it was a ghost or a spirit, or they just said that it was something that portrayed a kid.
Yeah. Well, when I was reading, it was saying that from the age of 6 to 16. I
Yeah,
mean, okay, you
yeah.
got black-eyed children, and it's kind of creepy when they like knock at your door, and if you open your door, you let them in. What would they do to you if they ever get into your house or something? You know what I'm saying? Would they possess you? Would they kill you? Would they take you
Hmm.
away? Hey, Flona. You know, I don't understand that. I mean, let's see.
On a
Because
trailer.
see, like even anything you read, like on Wikipedia or anything, it doesn't tell you what happens when you come across it.
That's a great question, AD. And I saw that on Casper's site today too, as well. He said the same thing. When you die, Casper's site said, when you die, don't you think when you die you're naked? You know, you have no clothes on. Where do the clothes come from? You can't take clothes with you. Biker Queen. Welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, if you die naked, I got no clue. But of course, most people will die in whatever they're wearing. That's why you'll see them in hospital gowns, in hospitals, this sort of thing. From what I understand, I mean, that's one of those head scratches. If they're naked, I don't know.
man,
Has anyone ever seen a naked ghost or spirit? Or
you bury in them. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. I can understand that. I can understand that. Yeah.
But see,
mean,
now I've seen photos with spirits that had like hats and stuff like that on now.
There's
So-
There's actually a shadow man called the Hat Man.
Right, right.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So
I want wings.
you want me?
When I die, I want wings. I wanna fly, you know. Even though I guess ghosts can fly. Does anybody know that ghosts can actually fly besides going through walls?
Well, see,
Wow.
I thought that was kind of going back to like where we said, is it like teleportation? Is it like, see, that's the thing. Like, does it just happen in an instant? Is it, you know,
It just
Do
looks
you
like they're going through
glide?
the wall, but they were walking down a hallway back wherever they were at.
Oh wow, that's crazy, Jen.
on the roof?
But okay, if they weren't clothes, is that like part of their energy as well? You know, they have, because when you're a spirit, you're an energy, right?
Right.
Right. And if you die in your clothes or you get burned in your clothes or some, isn't that you're taking the clothes energy or something, or you giving the clothes some energy so you could cover yourself or something?
Don't know. Good question.
Mm-hmm.
And
Kinda
Malik,
like-
I don't know. That's a good question too.
Magic
so Malik
Mike, right?
says, do ghosts still hold any weapons they died with?
That's a good
What-
question too. But you know the old story. You can't take it with you. You know, like money, anything
No.
solid.
No, you can't take it with you, but you can stay with it. Look at the many cursed objects.
That's right.
If that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
What
mean,
about
it's just,
their clothing? You hear about lots of ghosts, and they were dressed in period clothing,
Right.
Mhm.
so
right.
Yeah, maybe this.
They portray what they want to look like. But that sounds. Hey, Charmaine,
Charmaine,
that sounds like Houdini. It's like magic, you know. You just magically appeared, started wearing clothes,
Right.
stuff like that.
Yeah, Jen, I agree with that. I think for me, I think I agree with Jen's sort of thought because I don't know whether it's what they're attached to or they're most comfortable in or what they preferred. You know what I mean? I think subconsciously, perhaps or consciously even, do ghosts have conscious and subconscious? Who knows? Whatever they felt comfortable in or were attached to or what they see themselves in. Maybe. I don't know. Oh no,
Oh,
Gigi
wow.
Jen.
Oh,
I've done that.
somebody who was that?
I've done that. Hang on. Oh, there you go. Jen unhit him. Sorry, Ace.
It was an accident. Whoever it was.
Yeah.
That was face.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I
Poor
can't see the
face.
actual chat. All I'm seeing is the StreamYard's chat.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome to the club, Jen.
So I was like, oh,
Oh yeah, we've all done it.
Not me. I'm perfect.
Like the time that they upped the amount of time you can time people out for, and somehow when I dropped the phone, I timed someone out on Laura's Premiere for
fixed it.
86,000 seconds.
Wow. Forever.
I don't know. I dropped juggle dropped my phone in the passenger seat of the car. I was
Wow.
out, and all of a sudden, next thing it's so and so's been timed out by Rockband for 86,000. I'm like, what do you mean 86,000 seconds? How?
They are banned for life.
So at least you didn't do that, Jen.
AD, you're a nutcase, man. Wearing your undie. Well, you know what? Somebody might wear. Well, I don't know if they wear your undie, but they will wear your clothes if they take it to the Salvation Army.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
I don't know about you guys, but okay, I've been to the Salvation Army. I actually bought clothes there, but I would never buy shoes from the Salvation Army for some reason. It just doesn't feel right to me.
I never bought shoes from any.
I don't know. It's just weird like that. It's just weird like that. But,
Okay.
I know plenty of times I bought like dress
Hey, Maria.
like polo shirts as dress shirts just for work because I'd be crawling around up in ceilings and stuff like that, and you don't want to go out and buy that stuff, because you're just gonna get dusty and ruined, but you got to look nice for these customers and stuff like that. So
Right. Oh, you too,
kind
Malik?
of a weird business there.
Yeah. I mean, but see, this is the thing. I mean, I go there, but I barely buy any clothes. I bought clothes there, but only to when I was doing the movie scene, I was supposed to get killed in the movie scene. So there's going to be blood and everything. So I bought a suit from there. And trust me, that suit got torn up with the blood and everything. Got really messed up. So I bought that suit. But I sometimes I wonder, if I feel like those are like dead people's clothes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It could be dead people clothes. It could be. It might not even be dead people clothes. It's just I give clothes away too to the Salvation Army.
That's what I was going to say. I think the majority would be non-dead people clothes, but yes, you are going to have some people. But the thing is, unless they literally wash and put in the thing that the person's died in, most of it is just the clothing from somebody who has passed away.
Mm-hmm.
So they were alive when they wore it. So the majority is still from living people, technically,
Right.
So, hey, look, I got no shame. I'll go to the op shop, except they don't normally have a lot of fluffy size stuff,
Coyote.
So,
Right.
but I'd love to save money and go to be able to shop there more often. But they're jacking their prices here. So, even the op shops, it's all about money now.
Right.
Except for the non-dead section.
Oh, yeah, well, Ace, I will say in Australia, our opportunity shops or op shops, as we call them, they will only take new underwear.
Right.
And bras and things like that.
Well,
They'd never, it has to be brand new in a pack or still with tags on or something. They won't sell used.
Well,
that already broken in feeling.
You never. Coyote said.
Oh man.
They say you never know a man unless you walk a mile in their shoes. Well, that's the thing. I don't want to buy shoes at Goodwill. I've seen those shoes that they have there, and they look totally messed up. They do have some good stuff, but see, I don't know. I'm weird like that. I don't like wearing anybody else's shoes or socks or undies or well,
If they're new,
I do it.
that's fine. If they're new, if they're not new but they're near new.
Right.
I have, but we use like Glen 20. It's like you guys, I can't remember the name of yours. It's a disinfectant spray, basically. So I will use wipes or Glen 20 or disinfect or clean, whatever, beforehand though, because I don't like the thought of it. But I have bought the odd pair here and there of shoes, but they've been new or very near new. You could tell they were barely worn. So,
Well,
saves me a lot of money.
Oh,
I mean,
Mallet.
those thrift stores like Goodwill and them other ones that they do have good stuff. They do have good stuff. They also have. I've seen vintage dolls. But you know what? I get scared of buying any dolls or toys from those things because you don't know it could be haunted. I've seen videos that people bought dolls for their kids, toys for their kids, and they end up being possessed. You know, the toys haunted. You know, and I'm like,
Right, it's running around, no, doing things with no batteries in it.
Yeah, the siren go off and all that, and it's no battery included or nothing like that. Yeah, that's weird.
Well, see, that's like
I think that would be cool.
Earlier we was talking about, like when you pass away and you wear clothes or whatever you feel that they are most comfortable in is what they're seen in or what have you. Wouldn't that kind of make all of us kind of like shapeshifters in a sense?
I don't know. I really don't know.
And see, and this is, I pondered this for a few days. We all say, you put it in what do you call it? You put it in the atmosphere for good things to happen. What do you call that?
Putting it out into the universe is what I call
putting it into the universe. Right. You're making that happen. So, and we all know we've done it, on a bad day, we've put it out in the universe that we're, our day's going to change and, something good happens and our day changes. I feel like all of us have like certain powers to a certain degree. There's people that you can see that, just move their hand towards objects and they move, so I feel like we all have an amount of energy and we all have an amount of power, so to speak.
Right. I mean, I know we all carry some kind of energy, and our energy is sometimes attached to certain things, and that's the thing that when you go to like a Goodwill or something, and you buy something like Jen said, some people don't buy furniture because it retains the energy because of the wood or whatnot into the whatever they have, and they bring it home, and all of a sudden you hear doors slamming, you hear creaking floors, you hear the toilet flush, and I hope they wash their hand, whoever.
Well, I think it's possible. Of course, anything's possible. I mean, it can be attached to a damn hand mirror or a jacket because it was his favorite jacket. It's not just dolls. And I mean, I've given away my daughter's dolls. Someone else would have bought them. There's nothing attached to them. So I think the majority of things you're going to buy, yes, there's a possibility, but the majority are going to be fine. And it's only going to be those few hit and miss things where something may be attached still, I think, even for dolls. I mean, we all know, though, the creepier they look, the better. I mean, anyone who's into dolls, most of the time they're looking for the creepy thing, or they're looking for very old dolls. And, you may have attachments, but a lot of the time you're not even going to know it because they actually don't cause any problem or mischief to actually let themselves be known.
Right.
My way of thinking, anyway, it is a few that you will get that actually do something, and 9 times out of 10, it's not until you start investigating, that something might happen.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, I know Donnie collects haunted dolls. I know Amy collects haunted dolls. Who else? And I mean, I see them perfectly fine. I get that, but they're
still creepy. They're still creepy. I mean, some of them are really creepy.
They are creepy, but I saw videos that there are dolls that you see them move their heads and their arms, and then all of a sudden they're messing up your kitchen. They're messing up your bedroom. I'm like,
right.
I'm like, I don't know if I want to carry any of that energy in my house. I mean, you can never tell. You can never really tell. It's like us. We can't really tell anybody if they're going to be a murderer or not. You can't tell. I mean, you might think they might be crazy. You might think that they're cool people or not, but you can't tell right off the back if they're gonna hurt you. It's the same thing if you buy a haunted item. You can't tell if that spirit is a good spirit or a bad spirit.
You now see, Jen, you can keep that collection, sweetheart. I was going to say, yeah, look, your tarot decks. I mean, man, you know, me and all the girls are going to be like, me. But ventriloquist dummies, now they're the things that freak me out a little bit. I hate to say it. But more
be
than
like
dolls
Chucky.
ever, but ventriloquist dummies. Some of them just freak me right out.
Movie Magic. That's what that ventriloquist dummies remind me of.
But those are creepy. Those are real creepy. I feel like if I have one here, they'd be like Chucky. They jump down and just start chasing you with a freaking blade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Face, I've had a few.
Let's see.
Oh wow! Yeah, that
I
down
don't
sounds
collect dolls,
very
but I have
creepy,
one.
Maria.
What? You for real? What, a doll that dripped blood down her face? Spiders all over her. My oldest daughter. Say, Mom, that doll is creepy as hell. Do you still have that doll?
I don't know if I could do ventriloquist ones. I don't know if I
was going to say, Jen, I used to be into puppets and things, but just some of them, and some of the ventriloquist dummies, I don't know, it's their faces. They just, some of them, some are fine, but others just creep me right out. I don't know what it is.
Wow, she still does.
That real old German doll. That's the closest one I have to a ventriloquist type doll, and that one is creepy as hell. But I don't think there's anything bad with that one, but it's creepy. It's just creepy as hell knowing it's from the 1800s.
Well, that's the thing. Some of them, you know, aren't nothing wrong with them. They're just a bit creepy, a bit too creepy, you know.
Right.
I mean, I love those dolls, but I wouldn't. I wanted to be one of what they call those
ventriloquists.
Yeah, one of them guys. I wanted to be one of those, but
who would want to throw their voice?
Yeah,
they're very clever. I mean, I really admire them because of what they can do, but some of the dolls they come up with.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy. Yeah. And then the movies,
Slappy.
The movies will just start make it more creepier.
Look at Slappy from Goosebumps.
Yeah,
well, that's what I was going to say. See, I was trying to think of his name and I couldn't think of it. Slappy does not help. You know, like the whole thing.
Have you seen it? Have you seen him? You know? Have you seen him on the new one, the new Goosebumps?
No.
Oh man, he's even more creepy on the new Goosebumps. just saying.
Now that would be a bonus, Coyote.
I like Jeff Dunham though.
Probably,
I like those ventriloquist dummies are funny. You know, they don't seem creepy at all to me. But
Jeff Dunham.
I love that guy. We were supposed to go see Jeff Dunham on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I think he is like the best ventriloquism person there. But there is a young lady that was in American Got Talent, I believe, and she could throw her voice really, really good.
We're good live, Maria.
See you later, Maria.
Bye. Have a good one.
Well.
Thank you for coming. I mean, she could throw her voice so good. She even sings. She sings, and she throw her voice while she's singing. I mean, dang, that is talented. That is very talented. I mean, right now, I don't know what she's doing, but I know she's how you call it, traveling the world doing that.
Well, we like one of your guys' dudes as well. He's what's his name? He does Teddy Bear, David Strassman. He's really popular in Australia with all his puppets and things.
Mm-hmm. There was an older man that made a dog talk. Have you ever seen that one? It's like American Got Talent. He actually made the dog talk. He threw his voice, but the dog moved his jaw,
Oh,
and
very
it
cool.
looks like the dog was talking. That was so cool. What
That
the
sounds
heck?
awesome.
Excuse you, Donnie?
Sorry.
Oh, you're so talented, Jen. Why doesn't that surprise me? Why, yes, I have, AD. Imagine that. You are so popular. I have heard of you.
See you later, Malik.
Welcome back,
Malik.
Lorna.
Thank you for coming. But
Take
back-
care, Malik. Prayers for your sister,
Now
brother.
back to the black-eyed children. What are they? What are
Well,
they? Are they demons? Are they?
I asked this
Ghost.
question again a minute ago in Google. You know, like, are they demons? Are they ghosts? Are they what? And it comes back with there are various theories. Some people believe they're extraterrestrial beings, while others think they are vampires or demons. However, there is no scientific evidence to support these claims.
Okay.
So it's still, there's nothing on what exactly they are supposed to be, except that they are a legend. They are, as we said, normally between 6 and 16, pale skin, black eyes, reportedly seen hitchhiking or begging or on doorsteps of homes, and they only appear at night to unsuspecting adults alone in parking lots or homes or in whatever, in their car. And the kids come in groups of 2 or more and often ask favours and been trying to gain entry since 1996.
Wow. That's
Wow.
crazy. But sure. You got this Slender Man, and he grabs kids. You know, he takes the kids with them. Do you think those black-eyed children are part of Slender Man? You know, crew.
This is his crew, huh?
Yeah, you
Posse.
know, his posse. Yeah. I mean, do you think he sends them out and tell them to, you know, bring back more children, bring back people, whatnot? Because I know they're the black-eyed children are more targeting at adults, I think, right?
I think so.
The Chupacabras era in the 90s. Oh, yeah. But where did the Chupacabra come from?
Wasn't it?
They said it originated from Puerto Rico.
I was gonna say Puerto Rico.
Yeah, originated from Puerto Rico. But the Chupacabra that they found is actually a hairless dog. That has some kind of sickness that all his hair fell out, turned his eyes blue or gray, whatever they are, and their fangs are like more larger because I guess they're like their mouth dries up.
Mm-hmm.
But they drink blood as well. They're like vampires.
Yeah. It comes from the series of livestock killings back in the 70s.
Yeah. I mean, but I've heard that they only kill chickens. So why they don't call it the Chupa Chickens?
Well, the first reported attack, eventually attributed to the actual chupacabras, occurred in 1995. 8 sheep were discovered dead in Puerto Rico, each with 3 puncture wounds in the chest area and reportedly completely drained of blood. A few months later, in August, an eyewitness reported seeing the creature in a Puerto Rico town, Canovanas. Oh, sorry, butchered that probably. Where as many as 150 farm animals and pets were reportedly killed.
Same thing, drain of blood?
Oh, I'm assuming so. It doesn't go into specifics.
What that was?
And then 2019, a video recorded showed the results of a supposed attack on chickens.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that was? Those were vampires with a loose tooth.
Yeah.
They accidentally missed on the first one.
So
I mean,
I don't know.
there was a lady here in the United States that actually killed the chupacabra and stuffed it, and she has it in her living room.
What the?
But it looked like a dog. I mean, it's a hairless dog. That's what it is.
It's a dog with scabies then.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm just saying.
And then there was a video. Let me see if I can find this video real quick.
Maybe it had mange or something.
Probably. I really don't know.
It's a dog with mange. Does it have 3 toes on it?
Hold on. Talk among yourself. I look for.
Okay.
Yeah, they do. They do still say it. You know, looks like a dog-like,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
pronounced spinal ridge, usually pronounced eye sockets, fangs, and claws. Mostly hairless.
Well, see, when I actually think of like the true chupacabra, doesn't
Yes,
it have
exactly,
like
Jen.
right?
And
There,
wolves and things have been, you know,
yes,
they've been said, oh, it's a chupacabra, when it's had such a severe skin condition, or like mange or one of those parasites, and they have become hairless, like bears and other animals. I mean,
right,
I've seen it quite a lot, actually, even here. I mean, same thing with dogs. You see one of the dogs that's been saved off the streets, and they're crusty. They're that bad, and they have not 1 inch of hair on them. They look like weird creatures, you know, they really
yeah.
do. So it's possible it could have been a wild dog, you know, that first did it.
Could be.
Although the strange part, the sucking the blood out, that's odd.
Yeah, this is a video of one they caught. Let me see.
See, that's a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that looks like a bear or something. Yeah, see, that looks like a baby bear or something.
A sun bear. They said, you know, it could be that too.
Yeah.
So I really don't know if that's.
I don't think that's a chupacabra. I think that's a bear with mange or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you can't believe everything that you see on videos and stuff like that.
Is that the one you were talking about, Jenny?
That was one of them.
Yeah, but I think Jenny was
look,
talking about that one too, or maybe one like it.
I like to believe in the possibility of anything. I think anything's possible, but then there are a lot of possibilities of it being misconstrued when these things are seen. Like we're saying, you know, it could be a dog, a bear, whatever.
Right.
It's not to say that people haven't and that they're not out there, you know, but we know, like the alien stuff, we know 90% of it was, you know, explainable.
Well,
you know, but there's always that bit that's unexplainable and looks a damn sight more realistic than anything else that we've seen. And there's always a few of them. So still, I'm open to everything because I think it is possible. But whether as many have been seen, I think a lot of them, no, they've been misconstrued and yeah. Because they do look like alien things. When an animal has no fur, it can look very different to what it normally does.
How about those people, like those sighting people? They drew pictures and they made the chupacabra look like some kind of humanoid lizard with some stuff
spines in the back,
with the tongue coming out like venom, and all that. I mean, that video that I see there, plus another video that I've seen, they look like dogs. Does not look like that picture at all.
Right.
It has spikes on the back or something like that. I mean, can anybody get the story right?
Well, see, that's because that one, supposedly, that depiction comes from the witnesses in Puerto Rico in 1995. The ones where it looks more like a weird creature, where it's got the spikes and things and bigger eyes and all the rest of it, supposedly, is from witness accounts in 1995. So I don't know.
Oh my god.
Now that's a great question.
Yeah.
More than
Yeah.
likely.
Yeah, I think you know,
But a
mange.
dog man is a werewolf, though, right?
Well, there's one type of mange that I know can transfer from animal to animal, and that's sarcoptic mange.
Yes, that's right.
And
Which one?
scabies, sarcoptic.
Never heard of it.
Yep, sarcoptic can go from animal to animal, but
Yeah.
Demodex mange cannot.
Hmm. Wow. I didn't know that.
And scabies, I don't know if you know what scabies are, but they're almost like a type of mange, but they're a mite as well.
Mm-hmm.
And scabies can infect people from animals.
Yes.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's highly transmissible.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I say, like, if like a cat or a dog or a coyote or wolf or whatever was in the wild and it got scabies, it would have like scabs all over it and it would lose hair, and like I could see somebody mistaking that for, you know, a chupacabra or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they can, from the pain, become misshapen as well.
Yes. Yes.
So how did they get those? How did they get that kind of disease?
It's a mite. Like, they can pick it up out in the wild anywhere.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, every day we live, we face 1,000 ways to die.
Yeah.
Scabies is not going to kill us, so we're good.
Oh man.
It's
Hold on
just
for a minute.
pretty itchy and nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. But yeah, I could. Right. They're actually called zoonotic.
Mm-hmm.
And
Nasty.
nasty little boogers. And I could see somebody mistaking an animal with me, even a bear with scabies or something like that.
I was going to say, I've seen some bears actually in pretty bad condition, and you would not. And some of them have been these. I saw a, you know, is this a whatever
Right.
creature? Because it looks absolutely terrible. I mean, my heart always breaks when I see them because they're just, you know, they're going through a terrible time.
Right.
But they look very strange.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't blame people for thinking it might be something else when it could just be one of the mites or parasites.
Yep.
And it's a normal animal. You just can't tell it's a normal animal, you know.
Well, see, like I was saying, like the pain from it and the itchiness from it, it can actually cause them to start having growths and stuff like tumors and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
They could be thinking of the tumors and stuff as spikes and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, the heater guy's here. That's why I had to let him in.
Oh, no
have a good night, Eddie.
All right, later, Eddie. Have a good one. I'm sorry. Are we still on the subject of chupacabra? Or there's another subject?
Yes. Yeah, we were just talking about bears with mange and, you know, having growths and possibly looking like a chupacabra with, like, you know, tumors or something on their back, making it look like spikes or something like that.
Oh, really? I never knew that.
Well, you can have all kinds of stuff, you know?
Yeah. Saying we can't blame people sometimes for maybe thinking it is one of these legendary cryptids or creatures, because some of the extremes of bears and wolves and coyotes and things that have mange or scabies, and they've been suffering with it for so long, has made them look like a legendary creature. That, you know, they don't look like a normal animal anymore. So can't blame people, and that's where I think some of the sightings would come from.
Right.
But okay, when they have that kind of disease, the hair automatically starts falling out, or do they like lick themselves or scratch themselves?
When they scratch and lick and rub and because their whole body will itch.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it becomes
it's
that
horrible.
bad that it does actually fall out anyway. Once they become that infested and they've itched and they're, you know, like it just, it's terrible for them, really. They do suffer, you know, when these, and especially a bad outbreak. I mean, ordinary dogs can get mange easy, you know, or like my dog used to have an allergy to flea bites. So not
Right.
the flea itself, but the bite. And you know how dogs always get that real itchy spot on the top of their tail, on their butt, and
Right.
they all love it. That is one of the main areas you will get that happen as well, because they can't stand the itch. It makes them itchy. So
Right.
my dog used to have to go on a course of steroids every time I noticed he started itching again, because it gets very red, very inflamed, very itchy, and he would be breaking off his fur.
Right.
And it would start breaking off and it'd get thinner and thinner. And, you know, if it was a really bad dose in summer here, we tend to get, you know, our dogs tend to pick them up a bit. And a lot of dogs here end up, it's not the flea that's the problem, it's the bite itself.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and it causes them an issue, and they'll rub and
Kayla.
you know, breaks all the fur, and then they've got a patch of fur missing above their tail and this sort of thing.
Yep.
So
Right. Oh wow.
you know, you imagine being a wild animal, nobody's there to look after you. Nobody's there to
Right.
give you a flea treatment or a mange treatment or whatever, and it's just left and it gets worse and worse. So some of them, unfortunately, suffer a lot and look really strange in the long run.
Wow, that's
Okay, love.
one. That's sad. That's sad to hear about the
Yeah.
animals going through that
Oh,
stuff.
Breaks my heart when I see them, because you know it's just like, oh my god, you must have been suffering that so long for it to be that bad.
I am a softie when it comes to animals. I love animals. I had cats. I had dogs. I have all kinds of animals. I had chickens, ducks, even little pigs and stuff. I had a farm in an apartment. Let me put it that way.
Okay. Well, let me stop you right there real quick. Okay, you ready? Hey, I work at a rescue, and I need to put on some Sarah McLachlan music right now. We have 13 cats that need a good home.
You sound like that one that one commercial with that song, with that sad song.
That's Sarah McLachlan.
Oh, coyote, yeah, no, it's horrible, mate, on humans as well.
Yeah.
It's absolutely shocking.
Exactly. No, yeah, I really have a soft spot for animals. I really love them.
Actually, that's a thought. Just a what do you call it? Public service announcement. If you are thinking about getting another animal, people, anyone out there, adopt, don't shop. All of the
100%.
shelters, particularly in the US, I know it's happening here too, but I follow a couple of good rescues, and honestly, the shelters are overflowing, guys. Like, if you want to go rescue, like if you want an animal, rescue, please go rescue. There are so many animals that need you.
Yeah.
Like, go to your local, you know, like Donnie, you know, don't just think rangers are there to be assholes and give you a fine. No, if you're doing the wrong thing, suck it up, pay the fine, and look after your damn animals.
Right.
But other than that, go talk to them. Go save an animal. Don't let another one be put down just because you want a purebred. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Do you know how many purebred animals are in the shelters right now? Do you know how many Huskies, German Shepherds, Shih Tzus, Labradors, all of them?
Mhm.
They're all there. Like, sorry, that's
Yes.
my little rant. Go
No,
adopt.
you're absolutely right. Just we even had, before I left the Humane Society, because now I work at a rescue. I don't work with animal control anymore. I work at a rescue. We do a clinic, so I'm getting to see the more vet side of animal welfare right now. But when I was there, we had Labradoodles come in, and you know, these are designer mutts.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
because it's a mixed breed dog. And that's
Exactly.
what upsets me. Like,
But they're charging thousands of dollars.
yes.
Like, it's just
Now-
so wrong.
Okay.
And even
When
some
you
of those
adopt-
are ending up at the shelter.
When you
Exactly.
adopt an animal, adopt, rescue, you know, all that, they already have their shots, right?
I don't know legalities in every state, but I
I
know
was going
my
to say it's
state,
going to differ from state
my
to state.
state, the animal has to be up to date on rabies vaccines if it's old enough. If it's 14 months of age or older, it has to have a rabies vaccine. So it has to have that. It has to have its distemper parvo shot, because parvo is a big thing here.
Yep.
and it actually goes through 3 rounds of that distemper parvo shot as a puppy. And when you adopt from a rescue or a shelter or a humane society in the state of Florida, the animal has to be sterilized before it leaves the facility.
I was going to say, and most of them, from what I've seen over there,
When you say sterilized, what do you mean?
Sterilized means spay or neuter.
They can't have babies, can't make babies, can't do any of that because it's the. And I know this is hard because we have, like, my son's friend, his mum is from a different culture. She refused to have the dog spayed, even though one of his things was getting out every, time of hormones are kicking in. And he is one of the breeds that would freak people out if, they saw him running towards them. Beautiful dog, wouldn't hurt a fly, but of course you don't know that when you're not the owner of the animal. And I know, and it did get up my nose a little bit because, my son would come home. Oh, he got out again, Mum. We had to go chase him and get him home. And I'm like, if she would just have him fixed, that would stop a lot of that for a start. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing. I'm always an advocate of sterilization, regardless of animal.
So
female,
you're telling me,
dog.
So you're telling me if a dog is neuter or spayed, they won't have the urge?
Oh, look, male and
the
female
urge to do it? Oh, yeah, they can.
That urge, but it is much more squashed. Like they are less likely to jump the fence and go look for a female.
Yes.
And it's those ones that then get into other yards, get into females, may hurt a female. I mean, cats particularly.
Could be aggressive.
Cats are very aggressive. So and that's more unwanted animals in the world because there's already so many. There's enough for everybody already. We don't really need any more.
There's enough for several for everybody.
Exactly.
Right.
That's right.
So
always get
they're all out there.
And listen, even me being an animal control officer, and I know I'm probably going to get a little bit of flack for this, but that's okay. I don't completely disagree with breeding either. Now, I think there should be rules and regulations to it. And not only that, it should be ethical. You should know where your animals are going before they're even born. Yeah, you may only be able to do say 6, and then, you have deposits on them and hold them. Okay, at least that's 6 of those puppies that don't have to go to a shelter.
Right.
Because breeders, when they have leftovers, they'll dump them.
Right. I'm not
dead against
breeding, but I think we've bred so much that we could take a 10-year break and of every animal breeding, like in the domestic world, and we would still have plenty of animals to go around. You know what I mean? Like I don't disagree as such, but I do prefer, or my thing is always spay and neuter because there are too many backyard breeders. See, as a kid, I remember dogs being, people love their dogs. They let them have a litter or two, then they'd get them fixed. Yeah, okay, they'd sell them. But they were always well looked after. They were, they cost you a little bit, but that's generally only to cover the costs of, they would have them vaccinated properly. They'd go through all the checks properly and make sure the dog was healthy before you bought it. And a couple of $100 was a lot when I was a kid for an animal, but that was to cover the veterinary costs.
Right.
So that wasn't so bad. And that was when things used to be done and people actually cared about their animals.
See,
now,
I would love to have a dog.
A lot of people. That's the problem is they're seen as money-making machines now.
100%. Yep.
Basically, that's what's changed is people have gone, I can make money out of that.
Right.
Yeah, but there are people like myself that actually want a dog. Let's say I want a dog. Me and my wife wants a dog here. But in the area that I live in, the apartment that I live in, the landlord not letting us have any pets. Yeah. And that, for me, one, dog is a man's best friend. That's one. 2, he's security because he could defend you or defend the house, depending, on the size.
At least alert you,
at least let you know. And 3, come on. they're just fun to be with.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, when you come home, they're the first one that wants to greet you.
Right.
Exactly.
I meant a dog, babe. No.
Her too.
You know, yeah. I mean, I would love. Me and her, we would love to have a dog. It's just
Mhm.
the landlord doesn't. And we want to adopt. You know, we want to adopt, and if we end up moving from here to a bigger place, hopefully,
Oh.
we are gonna adopt the dog.
Oh, awesome, buddy. I mean, look, I'd love to have another dog, but at the moment, I can't afford one. And that's something people don't like when I was young. And that is awesome, Coyote. I love that. You've got rescues, and yeah, you know. And yeah, that's right, Charmaine. Unfortunately, you know, animals sometimes can't be allowed places, but at least more and more are doing it. Well, more and more cafes and things and hotels. But for me, a lot of people don't think of, like when I was young, we got a dog, we got a cat. We didn't think about emergencies. We didn't think about affording an animal. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of the ones that are unfortunately having to be rescued or whatever, yeah, people don't realize they cost more than just feeding. And there's emergencies and all this sort of thing that crop up. And if you don't have the cash for that, then you shouldn't be getting an animal.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's, you know, I'd love to have another dog, but and I've said goodbye to we've lost all of our pets now, but we're going to be pet free for a while. Hello, honey. Because realistically, as I said to my husband, I want to know we're well okay if we ever get dogs again, because you got to be prepared, mate. Accidents happen. You just never know what's going to go on, you know? So you got to make sure you can afford one more than anything. And I think not enough people think about that side of it. You know?
I mean,
They-
there are
they
people
really
out
don't.
there that treat their
Dog
pets
food's
like they're
expensive.
babies.
Right. Yeah.
You
It
know,
is.
They treat their
100%.
Oh, yeah,
they treat
it's
their
great.
pets better than they treat their own family.
Yes.
I've seen that
But-
before.
But now there's also a thing is doing it too much too,
Yes.
because there's dogs that we have to have take medicine because they got too much human food. We got, you know, there's a line you also have to know not to
Yes.
cross as well, you know. So there's such thing as being too good to them as well.
Right.
Yes, and we see that with the very obese kitties on TikTok and
Yes,
the puppies
yes.
and the, you know, and you're like, oh my God, you're loving them to death, honey. Slow
Yeah,
down.
literally,
You know,
literally.
like ease back on the food.
Yes.
I see people for Halloween dressing up their animals.
I would do that.
Halloween. I mean, I seen them in.
I
I
would
would
too.
too.
Have you seen those like TikToks? They put them like in the Chucky suit, and they're walking. They look like they're holding their knives and stuff.
Mhm.
Those are kind of cute, but I come home really.
Now you knew that Coyote though, didn't you? You knew, you especially all dogs. If you let them, they'll take over the place, and the big ones, well, you know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, we do want to adopt. We do want to rescue a dog, but yeah, our landlord doesn't allow us to do it. I mean, trust me, I talked to him quite a few times, and he always give me that. Yeah, it's just that they make a mess and they could tear up the house. I mean, we do the same thing here. We're tearing up the house. We're making a mess.
Yeah. Well, we're in Australia. We charge. Landlords are allowed to charge a pet bond
Yes.
if they are one of the ones that decide you can have a pet. But yes, it's always the minority that don't look after the dog and the house, and it ruins it for
Yep.
everybody else. So, you know, not as many people allow people to have pets anymore in their rentals, and it's a shame. But you know, the good ones will always, because like me, I had to give up a dog once when I was young and stupid. I moved out of home and I got a dog, and then I had nowhere to go after a while, and I had to move back home, and I couldn't have that dog back at mum's because of her little dog, only because he'd tread on her and, you know, all the rest of it. And I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what I was going to do. And I had to give away my dog, and it broke me. And I always swore I will never own an animal and ever give it away. I would be homeless in my car next time.
Wow.
I don't care. I'm never giving away another animal ever again in my life. And so I get it. There's a lot of people in Australia, and I know over there that times are so tough, they're losing their homes and they're having to give away their animal because they're homeless and they can't look after them,
Right.
And that breaks my heart, but I'd rather eat over my animal like I'd give it my last bloody food. I'd beg for food for the dog. I wouldn't beg for myself. So, but that's just
Right.
But and see, there's a couple of the homeless people that are down the road from us, and they own animals. And when I was doing animal control, I would get called out to try and take that animal from them, and I would have to explain to these people that just because they're homeless doesn't mean they don't take care of their animals. And I've seen animals that are completely up to date on rabies and up to date on their vaccines and healthy as all get out, and these people don't have a dime for themselves, but their animal is taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, I'm not going to do anything about that.
Good on you, Johnny, because I've seen that too. And that poor one guy, there was one, and he had to go in for an operation, and because he was going to be in hospital for like a couple of weeks, he literally had to hand his dog over.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was no one to look after it, and the shelter staff actually knew what the story was. So instead of putting him up for adoption, they actually just basically went along with it, went yeah, made sure the guy was all right, and held on to his dog for him and did not charge him a damn cent.
Oh,
and
that's good.
Told him to come back to the shelter when he was better and come and pick your dog up.
That was nice of him.
There needs to be more like that, especially for the homeless, because this dog was so well looked after. Wasn't funny, even though the guy was homeless.
Right, because some of these are like corporate places, like where they sell the dogs and stuff like that, or like them hotels. They don't care about your dog; they just care about their money. And it's just sad that like I said, I got a soft spot for animals. Like my brother was gonna put down his cat, and I really got emotional.
He was really upset.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a lifelong commitment. Even though it might be the lifelong of that animal, that's still 14, 12 to 15 years of your life. You devoted to that animal. Like you said, people look at them like they're their children. You're absolutely right. They see them as part of their family, and you get very attached to seeing that every day. It's something that's there every day and always going to be, regardless of what you yell about or regardless of what happened in your day. The animal's always going to be wanting you.
Yeah, that's right. They are true unconditional love.
Right. And they know it, and we as humans sadly will never know it, except for when we see it from an animal.
Yeah, I knew when I was living in my old apartment in Chicago, there was this old man walking his dog, and this police officer, and I was by the window. I didn't see the whole thing, but I heard gunshots, and when I looked down on the street, the officer had shot his dog, and the old man came out crying, yelling, grabbing his dog, and his dog that was his world right there. And I don't even think the dog was gonna attack or anything. It's like some people when they have some kind of weapon, they think they're God or something, and they, and this officer, I don't know what happened to the officer or what really happened. I'm not too sure. Like I said, I didn't see what happened. I just seen the officer that shot the dog, and that's that. And the guy just came out crying. I mean, that was his baby. I mean, it was full grown dog, but he, I don't think he should have shot the dog, but it just.
Well, and see, this is another thing where, like my animal control training would kick in. And as an officer, you do have a duty to protect the citizens. Now, whether it was justified or not, no one will ever know except for that officer and, whoever may have been watching.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been justified or it may not have been.
Right.
Either way, hopefully we all hope that man was using his best judgment.
Yeah.
And made the right choice.
Right.
But if not,
but it wasn't a small dog. It was a big dog. He was a good sized dog. I mean,
I think he was a pit bull. I'm not too sure. I don't remember. This happened years ago when I used to live in Chicago, and yeah, I just heard that shot, and I jumped out of my sofa and looked out the window, and yeah, I
What
see.
was that?
Oh, that was a
listen.
Yeah,
We have had
out there. It sounded like
We're just hearing everything on my street or my side.
Because the
tonight.
man, that sounded like the F-100s were racing in your neighborhood, mate.
yeah.
I had a jet flying over a while ago, and I'm like, "What in the world is going on?"
Oh,
Hey, Slim
pretty soon
brother.
you see a helicopter
Yeah.
landing on your roof.
Yeah, right? Don't say that. We're already having enough problems overseas.
Oh man. But yeah, I mean, dogs are you know, just to jump a little bit, dogs, well, any kind of pets could actually heal a person.
Oh yeah.
You know that? Emotionally, mostly, but
Been scientifically
they
proven.
have that
now.
power, though. They have that power to keep you calm,
Mhm.
to bring that laughter out of you, that joy, and they have that power to.
They comfort a lot.
Yeah, and I see that a lot in hospitals.
Mhm.
They bring
Yes.
pets in hospitals, so
Yes.
Mhm.
for the kids, especially for the kids,
Mhm.
so they could just whatever
doing a
they're
lot with
going
veterans too.
through. Yeah. Oh, and
Mhm.
veterans, yes.
Yep, and nursing homes and things. They're doing it in all sorts of places here now too. Hospitals,
Yep.
nursing homes. They
Yeah.
really do a lot. Actually, it not long reported here that really owning an animal for mental health reasons
Yeah.
Right.
is extremely good reason, as long as of course you're a good person and you look after them and treat them well. They're saying it helps your mental health.
Mhm.
So when they start coming out with all of that, it's like, well, why wouldn't you? If you have that heart, I mean, some people don't. Some people are just not animal people.
Mhm.
But I always say, and it may be wrong of me, but I always say I can judge or know a lot about a person by how they react to an animal,
Mhm.
particularly a dog.
Yeah, I mean,
And that tells me a lot about that person, and that's all I really need to know. Because if they
Yes.
don't like it,
I used to be a dog walker, and I have walked plenty of dogs, like Rottweilers. I had this one dog. He was a small dog. I mean, I think a beagle. I'm not too sure. And you could tell right off the back that this dog was abused. Was so abused because he was always, every time I try to put his leash on so I can take him out, he bites my leash. One time he bit me. He bit me,
Oh.
and I'm like, wait a minute, wait. And he was like barking at other big dogs and everything. And you could tell right off the back that the owner of this dog is not a very good owner.
Mhm.
He mistreated this dog. This dog started attacking, barked at other dogs, barked at people. And once I got that leash on him, he kept on trying to bite the leash, the middle of the leash. And
Mhm.
but once I took him outside, we started walking. He could do his business, and then he thinks he's tough. He started barking at bigger dogs.
But
And
I think sometimes some dogs also have like a temperament, because like
Yes.
I've never been afraid of big dogs until my cousin got a Rottweiler, and I was never afraid. I've always thought Rottweilers were like the sweetest. They look scary, but they've always, very sweet.
Yes.
But this dog, since she got him as a puppy, and I remember the first time she brought him to my house he was just a baby, and he was just like biting at my ankles and just really, and he just grew up and always had this mean temperament. And it's because of him now that I'm afraid of big dogs, because he bit me. He bit my
Well,
hand.
so the thing, when they're puppies, they'll do
Yeah.
the biting
Yep.
a lot, but it's a matter of teaching and redirecting, and it is hard. Some dogs do it way more than others, and it takes a lot of patience and a lot of training.
well, Sean
And-
dogs are not like that. Sean dogs are really friendly.
Don't tell everybody.
They're really smart too, though.
Yeah.
They both, they both listen. They're pretty well trained, actually. They're very good dogs. Very good.
Are
And
they
their
right?
training, particularly big dog breeds, especially if you get them from puppy, it's very important, the training. I mean, my favorite is Shepherd, and that's what I owned that I had to give away. And that's why it broke my heart, because I trained him very well, although broke my heart, but I did actually find him a home full of children. And absolutely, as far as I know, he loved it, lived to a ripe old age and everything. But I trained him because you have to, with
Yes.
big dogs particularly, that you have to train. You have to have the patience and the time to put in, and
Yes.
especially when they're more bite driven or prey driven, or they have that. And yes, some do have that bit more grumpy
Herder
or
driven.
more bite,
Mhm.
Trying to herd you
tendency.
around the yard.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow. Oh, go Channy and Rochelle. But Slim, I
Wow.
wish. It's
Wow.
the East Coast, mate. The East Coast. I'm on the West Coast. Well, my city, they're hogging all the warm weather. They had 10 days straight over 35. And they've only just, and it's only just broken for them. So it's, sorry, my city. But me, no, I've got a warm jacket on today.
36 and 17 here, so
I'm waiting for spring to spring properly, and it really hasn't, but anyway.
I think it's still 42 here.
yeah. Well, we reached that hour right now. We're gonna go around, see what's coming up, and call it a night. You got anything coming up, baby?
I just want to say hi. I haven't seen you guys in a while.
I know, it's so good to see
Hi,
you.
Jess.
I see Sean more.
How about you, Donnie? What you got?
Oh God, I'm still working on that part 2. I was supposed to have it done like 2 days ago, and you guys know me. It'll take me a month and a half before I get it out.
Right.
But I'll eventually get that one out, and then I've got the other 2 Clay County jail videos to put out. No longer in the pair of games, so that's not coming up. I think that's about all I got.
Oh, okay. Sounds good, man. Hey, when you gonna start your live, dude?
I was thinking about that a few days ago after we did Sean's live, and I was thinking about doing it, but man, with my kids and everything right now, it's really hard to find an hour out of my day,
Right.
like on a consistent basis, I should say. Like I could find an hour or two a week or every other week or something like that. So it could be an every other week thing. But it's just so hard right now with the kids and just getting over Thanksgiving to get time to even start my lives. But I do want to start my conspiracy theory lives up again.
Okay. When you do, let me know.
All right.
Right.
Vaca.
I'm flat out at the moment, guys. So many appointments going on, so I don't even think I'm going to get hump day up this week. But hopefully next week so we'll be up, and I have a new deck, so I will do a small video at some point as well, showing you the new deck that I've got. So.
Oh, okay. That's how she starts her hump day. How about you, Sean?
I got that. Put together the video. We went out and saw that holiday stuff.
Oh yeah.
Got videos I'm working on for celebrity grave sites and infamous grave sites. So working on both of those kind of videos. One's going to be a one-off. The celebrity grave sites, a one-off video. The infamous grave sites going to be kind of a series. There's going to be a number of different grave sites. So that's a bigger project. So hopefully I'll get the celebrity grave site out pretty soon. Other than that, get live stream on Saturday night.
Yep. At 9 o'clock Central Time.
9 o'clock Central Time, yes.
Don't miss it. As for me, I got a couple of videos I got to edit too. The holiday train, some celebrity housing thing going on. Also, some mystery bags. I know you guys are waiting for those. What else I got?
No more Batman toys.
A lot of Batman toys coming up too. I mean, I'm gonna fill up this whole bedroom. Okay. My live's on Tuesday. You know that 7 o'clock Central Time. And I might start another live maybe next month. Maybe it'll be on Wednesday, actually. And that one, on that live, we'll talk about anything like we do here, everything. But for right now, everybody, you guys have a good night. I love you guys. Thank you for coming. And keep warm wherever you at. Or
That
keep
Rican-
cool.
But Rican, you keep on collecting Batman stuff. Jesse's gonna put you in a box and put you on one.
You
of
know
them
what? I forgot who was it. I forgot who was it. I think it was Debbie. I don't know. I'm not too sure. But there's got to be a Twinkie dressed as Batman. I got to look for that one.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I will help you pay for it.
You really gotta get one of those. You gotta get one of these oversized boxes. You oversize the Funko box like you see at the cons.
Yeah.
You can just stand inside of it.
There it is.
All your other stuff.
Oh, I don't need to. I got my.
That would be
right
great.
here. I already got myself right here.
Oh, they don't have the live one though.
But see, they misprinted that box. It should say actual size.
Hold on. It says Donnie size.
Oh God.
All right, guys. You guys have a blessed day. I'll see you later.
Good night,
Love you
everyone.
guys.
Good
Bye,
night.
everyone.
Love you.
Love y'all.
Good night, guys.
Good night.